it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday. If my hair and makeup and clothes look familiar, it's because I'm recording a couple of videos in a row here. So yeah, this probably looks the same as yesterday's video, because it is. But today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a brand overview of the Real Techniques brushes. I have been using the Real Techniques brushes for a number of years. In fact, I think I remember purchasing them when they were first released. I have bought most of mine at my local Fred Meyer because there's usually some pretty good sales there. But you can also find the Real Techniques brush sets, individual brushes, sponges at Ulta as well. So I'm going to be showing you guys the brushes that I have used and just kind of let you know my overall thoughts of the brand and whether I think that they are a worthwhile investment. So the first few brushes that I actually started out with were the blush brush, which is this guy right here, and the powder brush. And you can see these are well loved. The ferrules are all scraped up, but the brushes are still in really good condition. Now I have to admit that I don't really use these necessarily for their intended purpose. This powder brush I usually use to basically just get rid of eyeshadow that might fall from eyeshadow application onto like the tops of my cheekbones here. I don't typically use this to apply a powder product. I did in the past and it worked okay for that. But I gotta say, one of the things that I don't love about the Real Techniques brushes is that they are all synthetic. All the brushes in the line are completely synthetic, which can be viewed as a good thing, but I do think that there is a place for natural bristle brushes as well, and for certain application processes I do still have a preference for natural bristle brushes. So this one, I feel like while it does okay with doing an overall dusting of like a pressed powder or translucent powder, it's not my favorite, but I love it just to brush away any excess from, you know, when I apply my eyeshadow. And this blush brush, I've never been able to use this as a blush brush. I think it's a little too flimsy and I don't like the shape of it. However, what I have used this for quite frequently in the past is contouring as well as bronzing up my face. It's a really great bronzer brush. You know, it's not super dense. None of these brushes are really crazy dense with the exception of one, I would say, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But they have a nice amount of give to them. So they are good for a more diffused application of most of your powder products. So these are good, and I use them quite frequently, honestly. Some of the other brushes, now some of these are from kits that I have purchased. I have never purchased any kits that have had the eye brushes. I think that's a lie. One of the kits may have had an eye brush, which I actually turned into a lip brush for myself, but it got kind of gunked up over time, so I just ended up throwing that one away. It was actually the one that probably came in this with this buffing brush in there too. And I think this was actually included in there as well. This one's really dirty because I've been using this one. So the contour brush and the buffing brush, and then there was one or two other. I'll try to link all the kits that I've purchased down below. So yeah, these were the only ones. Well, actually, this guy here was a separate purchase as well, but I think these two came in a kit. What I'm trying to say is you can find some good Real Techniques kits out there where you get to try several brushes at once and it tends to be a little bit more cost effective. There you go. This buffing brush is really great if you are looking for a kind of an inexpensive powder foundation brush. Works great. It's not too terribly dense and the bristles are soft. And they do retain a good amount of the product and buff it into your skin. A lot of people also use this for liquid foundation and seem to really like it. I do not use liquid foundation, totally not my thing, but I know that a lot of people use this and they really like it. And this has held up extremely well. This is another one of those brushes that I've had basically since, I mean, not long after the brand started releasing their brushes. So good quality. I mean, the bristles have never, you know, come loose. I wash them frequently. They are very easy to wash. They dry very quickly because they're synthetic. So they're great for that. This one is the contour brush. I never really use this for contour. I will use this to apply my powder foundation underneath my eyes here or onto my eyelids to sort of even things out. I have used this to contour the sides of my nose a little bit. But yeah, I have a really large face, and so I prefer my contour brush. Sorry, there's like a hair floating around. I prefer my contour brush to cover a little bit more real estate, I guess. But a lot of people, this is the perfect shape for their contour, and it works really great for them. I recommend it. I think it's a really great brush, and I do believe that it comes with this guy in there. So if you're looking for both, there you go. Another brush that I purchased, this is the Expert Face Brush, and this I actually use for contour sometimes, and it works really great. It will give you a strong contour because these bristles are pretty tightly packed in here. So this is definitely one of those brushes that it's dense, and you gotta be careful if you are using this to put on something like contour, because you don't want to start out with just like a harsh line. It'll take you a while to blend that away. So use a light hand with the products, you know, don't like swirl in there and apply it. Just tap, tap, tap and sort of build the product up. But it works great for contour. I mean, it fits, it covers a nice amount of real estate, and because it is so dense, it's really easy to blend things out very easily. And again, it washes up beautifully. And I guess the one thing that's kind of nice about these bigger brushes, if you wanted to, you could definitely stand these up and do that. But in some ways, if you don't want to use them like standing up on your vanity like this, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to put them into a, say, like a glass jar, because these do take up a lot of room down here. So that might be a negative for some people. So those are from the Core Real Techniques line. Oh, I guess I should show this. This I use a lot. This is the Real Techniques Lash and Brow Brush Comb combination here. I really like these metal combs over the plastic ones because I think they do a better job of separating your lashes. They're just easier to work with. I also really like the bristles on this guy here because they're firm, but they're not too firm. They really do diffuse your powder and your brow liner a little bit and just make your brows look a little bit more natural. But this is a great one as well, so I'm glad that I remembered that I have that. Let's talk about the Bold Metals collection, because this is sort of the newest release in terms of brushes from Real Techniques. And I actually applied for this set through Octoly here. Where's the eye brush that it comes with? Here it is. This would be a really great little holiday set for somebody. So the 3 brushes that you get in here is the number 300. And this is a tapered brush, they say, and it's specifically designed to apply highlighter across the cheekbones for a seamless finish. You also get a triangle concealer brush in here. I haven't even tried this one because I don't use concealer, you guys. I don't know what I personally am going to use this for. This might be something that I pass along to my nieces. It's a really stiff, it's literally triangle shaped. Can you guys see that? Concealer brush. And I mean, it definitely in terms of shape would fit that area very well. But like I said, I don't use concealer, so I don't think that I'm gonna have a use for this. I thought maybe for contouring the sides of the nose, but I just don't think, because of the unique shape of these, that would really be a good fit. And then you also get a really nice eye brush in here, and this is the, does this one have a number? The number 203, and this is the tapered eyeshadow brush. So this is densely packed to help with precision cut eyeshadow blending into the crease and the eyelid for a seamless finish. And then this also comes with a really nice brush roll, which I think is actually, it's a really nice brush roll. So you can obviously keep your Bold Metals brushes in here. The bigger Real Techniques original handles don't fit in here. You can see that these from the Bold Metals collection are much smaller on the bottom, so these fit in here extremely nicely. So if you wanted to travel with these brushes, and then you have a flap that actually protects the bristles up there. this would be a great way to do it. I think this is a really nice gift, especially for someone who is just starting out with makeup, maybe like a teenage girl who just needs a few brushes to get started. So, and you know, obviously then she can keep her brushes in here as well. This is a really nice brush roll. I'm definitely going to use this for traveling for my brushes that have like a smaller handle on the bottom. So, let me tell you what I have actually been using this brush for, because I think I don't use highlighter the way that most YouTubers do. They very liberally like slap that stuff on. But I have really enlarged pores. I can't be one of those girls that just, you know, like puts it on and lets it shine. You would basically see my pores from Mars if I did that. What I really like this for, and you can kind of tell because of the shade that's on here, I love this for contour, you guys. I have been using this every single day to put on my contour for the last week, and it's perfect. The perfect amount of give, the perfect amount of thickness of bristles, and just the perfect shape. I love this for my contour. And I would have never thought to get this kit to be able to get this brush. I don't know if you can get this one in and of itself. I will of course look it up and link it down below. But I think this eye blending brush is really nice as well. There is cat fur all over. I think my cat's been sleeping on my desk. This is a really great eye blending brush. This is actually what I used to blend my crease today, so it fits in perfectly. This is a really nice brush as well. I'm kind of enjoying what I have so far from the Bold Metals collection. There's a couple of larger brushes that I'm interested in, and yeah, so I might take the dive for them now. These are more expensive than their original Coraline, so I'm sure most of you are aware of that, but they do seem to be really good quality. The handles they're weighty, but not too heavy. I think that they're perfect for the price point, really. I think the quality that you're getting for the price point is probably pretty good. So, and this set here I think is really great as well. So, love that set. My overall impression of the brushes is that I think for the money, you're getting a really good makeup brush. So if you are someone who needs to be able to purchase your brushes in store, Real Techniques is carried at several different retailers. Like I said, I usually buy mine at Fred Meyer, but you can find them at Ulta as well. Great brushes for the investment that you're making. Real Techniques also does makeup sponges, and this was another item that I applied for on Octoly and was selected for, and this is the Real Techniques 6 Miracle Sponges set. So I actually saw this in store at Ulta, and when it popped up on Octoly, I was like, that's great, because this is a really good value, you guys. I'll link this down below for you as well. So this comes with several different types of sponges, and I've been using one of the larger face sponges. So what you're getting in here is, let me just stick these back in here so you can see. So you are getting 2 of the Miracle Complexion Sponges, which are these big orange guys here. You are getting 3 of the Miracle Mini Eraser Sponges, which are the purple ones, and you are getting 1 of the Miracle Sculpting Sponge. And the Miracle Sculpting Sponge is to use, I'm guessing, with cream or even powder contour products, and definitely I could see where this would work really well for contouring. You have a larger flat side over here that could definitely work in that area, and then you could even use this smaller one to contour the sides of your nose or even other areas of your face. So in terms of texture of these sponges, they all feel roughly the same. I have to say that I think the face sponge, is that what we're calling it? The Miracle Complexion Sponge is the softest out of the 3. And when you wet this one's not wet, it needs to be washed though. When you wet these, they really do grow nicely in size. And I find the texture to be very similar to the Beauty Blender. It's not a dead-on dupe, but it's very similar. And if you're on a budget, this is a really good option here. I have not had a chance to use these little guys yet. These are obviously going to be best for concealing. I don't use concealer, as I said earlier, which is why I probably won't get a lot of use out of this brush. But I do think, again, that this is one of those types of sponges that is really good if you want to do some contouring with this. I think I might actually like this better for contouring than this guy here, just because I think you're gonna have quite a bit of control with this, and you know, I'm assuming this is gonna grow a little bit, so you could use it for your cheekbones as well. I really only contour my cheekbones and the sides of my nose, that's it. So I think these would be perfect for that. So I'm gonna use these, and then I will definitely report back maybe in a Friday favorites video and let you know how it goes with using these for contouring. So I'll give that a whirl. Overall, my impression of the Real Techniques brand is that it's a good brand for makeup brushes and sponges. You know, it's not like top of the like these are not Tom Ford brushes. You shouldn't expect that. But I think for what you're spending on them, you are getting a really good quality product that is not going to you know, break on you within a year of having it. Like I said, I've had these for several years now, and the bristles they are not loose in any kind of way. These brushes do not shed. I've never had one bristle come out. They wash up really nicely. They're synthetic, so I know a lot of you guys really like the synthetic brushes, and they're soft and they work well for their intended purpose. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. I think I'm gonna try a few more of the brushes from the Bold Metals collection and report back when I grab those, because I think they're worth looking into. So this guy especially, I highly recommend this one for contouring. So see if you can find this guy, because that's pretty awesome. So let me know what your thoughts are down below on the Real Techniques makeup brushes. I would love to hear your feedback on the brand. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.